Let's build July because we want you to leave with a plan, not a vibe. And here's the approach we use every month. It's mostly evergreen content that works in July, but it could also work in January. It could also work in December. But of course, we're going to sprinkle in some summer on top. So that's where we get seasonal a bit, because evergreen is really what builds your library, and the seasonal stuff is the garnish. So think about it as food, okay? Your evergreen library, that's your main course, and the seasonal is a little garnish. It makes it cute, it looks good, it is relevant. And this will work, again, no matter what topic, niche, or expertise you're in. Listen, you could be a barbecue creator, you could be a landscaper, you could be a budget family blogger, you could be a photographer, lifestyle creator, anything. This will work for you. You can use this calendar. Let's get into the things. So step one, same as always, we're always going to focus on our 3 pillars. If you're new here, again, check out the Fix Your Brand Challenge. It will help you get clear on your 3 pillars. So everything in the month of July is going to live inside these 3 pillars. So for example, if you are a camping and an RV content creator, small living on the road creator, you're going to be sharing gear. You're going to be sharing destinations. You're going to talk about the road trip life. But if you are a budget family blogger, of course, you're going to talk about cheap food, free activities, money saving systems. If you are a landscaper, you're going to be talking about lawn care, outdoor design, plant care and tips, and of course, how to keep them alive. So if after listening to these examples, which they might not apply to you, if you are not clear on your 3 pillars, again, go to the Fix Your Brand Challenge. We'll put a link in the video's description. But if you have your 3 buckets ready, let's get into it. Let's fill them. Because again, most of the month is evergreen, and every post is going to do one of 3 things. We're going to have a discovery post, which is searchable, and it's going to bring in new people. So going back to that barbecue creator, it could be a grilling creator's easy 4-ingredient cookout sides. They're easy 4-ingredient sides. If you are a swim coach, you can teach your children how to float this summer, which is very important, okay? Especially down here in Florida with all these pools. My gosh, we need help. If you're a photographer, you can talk about the best golden hour spots for summer. Those are great stuff. Fran, you want to get into some of the authority posts that they can do as well?
Yeah, so your authority post, that's where you're going to do your personal take on stuff, what you're for, what you're against. So for example, for a landscape creator, landscaping business, it's about the watering mistake that may be killing your lawn in July. Or if you are a budget blogger, that could be why I stopped doing expensive summer camps. And then also we can have connection content, which is really, I think, one that most people don't think about, but that is the human stuff. That's the stuff that's going to make you relatable to people. So for example, if you're a food truck owner, the busiest day ever kind of story. And if you are more of a family creator, it can be maybe a messy road trip story. All of that, remember, that has to be blog first, and then social. You're going to think of different angles where you're going to share those stories on social, always, every time. Blog first, that's where you own it, and then you promote it on social. Those are your spokes. So also dropping that into the content calendar. You have 4 weeks and 3 posts a week. So you have 1 discovery, 1 authority, and 1 connection. That's going to be your plan for how you're going to post. July, for example, has 31 days. So that is 4 posting weeks plus a short tail. You're going to roll that tail into your August prep. So you're going to pick 1 lighter week. That's going to be your maintenance week, maybe your repurposing content. Maybe that could be the week of 4th of July if you have a lot of family things going on. You're going to schedule ahead. You're going to repurpose. And then you're going to go to the cookout so that you can rest. Because remember that rest is always part of the plan, and not just a reward that you are getting.
Yes, and we are all about rest over here. We want to change your mindset. We plan for rest. So this is not something you get once you achieve a certain thing. So that is super important. Now, let's get into the seasonal sprinkle. I call it a seasonal sprinkle of content, because the thing is, if you let seasonal guide you, and this is coming from experience, you're going to be turning and burning, and it is too much to keep up with. I'm trying to, undo that in my own brain and my own content and my own life. So pick 1. I'm going to give you some. Pick 1 seasonal piece of content that you're going to sprinkle on top, and only do it if it fits you and your brand. So here are some July easy ones. We have the 4th coming up, 4th of July for, American content creators and stuff like that. We also have Amazon Prime Day that is coming up mid-month, which is a huge opportunity for anyone who is affiliate link heavy. Also, if you're a caterer, wait, helpful vibes. Listen, you need to be doing 4th of July cleanup, because I was just going to say a caterer should do 4th of July menus, right? But if you are into cleaning, you should be doing 4th of July barbecue cleanup, especially when you have a whole bunch of people through your house, even if it's just in your backyard. That needs to happen. If you are a pool service pro again, that is a great get ready for your pool party kind of ready. You could also share, why you need to be cleaning your filters, especially during this summer, because, your pool's getting more use. If you are into HVAC, right? So you need the air conditioning people. If you are a service provider in that space, you need to be talking about how people should keep their houses cool without getting a giant bill at the end. So as you can see, you can just create one timely post, not a whole bunch. You don't need to be doing 10. Just pick one. One is a good little quiet, kind of like a power move. Think of it. It's slow, it's seasonal, it's summery. And you can do that and then promote that one thing throughout the season, because you don't even have to make it about the 4th. You could just make it about summer barbecues completely. I'm just giving you the 4th as an example. And then near the end, I highly recommend you plant one early fall piece. This could be back to school, because that kind of content is going to peak in August and September. So if you publish that one back to school piece in whatever angle you kind of want to take it for the month, if you post that in July, you're going to benefit from that when everyone else is kind of just coming to the party. You're going to show up already. And the good news about getting that blog post ready now is you don't have to write it later, and all you can focus on is repurposing. Now, the good news is we're going to go deeper on all of this July planning in Friday's video. I'm telling you, Friday's video will have you covered. It's all quarterly video. But for now, just think about one idea that you can take now and that you can plant and post now.
Yeah. And also I wanted to leave you with something else about seasonal. Think of maybe your post, for example, going back to helpful vibes. If you have a blog post that it's all about cleaning up after the summer barbecues and the summer parties, maybe that is it's still seasonal, but it's not so specific. But you can get so many Instagram, for example, posts out of it, because you can now create a carousel about cleaning up after a 4th of July barbecue. You can create a how to clean up after a pool party. So you can create all these other pieces of content that are going on social media, but they're all going to link back to that one blog post that it's all about cleaning up after any kind of summer party. So I think that that's also a mindset you need to get into. You have one piece of content on the blog, but you can be way more specific, whether it's Pinterest pins. So now that cleaning up after a 4th of July barbecue, that's the pin. But you can have 10 different pins that lead back to that same post without just regurgitating the same phrase that you're cleaning up after a summer event. So think on that. And when you create a piece of content, your own long form piece of content, think of different ways that you're going to promote it with a seasonal angle. And that's going to give you a lot to kind of like have in the can. If you can't do it all for this season, you have ideas for next season, but the blog post is done. So that's always a way that you can repurpose. But also we're going to get into money. So money in July splits by what you do as a creator. So for example, you have Prime Day, which is going to be a big one. You can create roundups for Prime Day. Your actual real favorites. Don't be out here just linking stuff just because you want to. Like your actual favorites. So affiliates links, you can lean into summer gear, outdoor travel, anything like that. For service pros, definitely summer is when people are going to be booking. So make sure that that path for booking you is obvious. For example, senior portrait photographers, they're going to be opening up full booking in the summer. If you're a landscaper, maybe you need to be selling summer maintenance packages. If you're a caterer, you want to lock in any late summer events, early fall. And also a growth move for everyone that can apply is have an email pop up on your website with some kind of a summer freebie or something that is seasonal that people can get for free, so that you start building your email list, because that email list is going to be an asset come fall and come the rest of your career as a blogger. So you want to make sure that you're always actively doing something to build that list.
Yeah, for sure. So that's all July, okay? Our pillars are locked. Again, mostly evergreen content. We're focusing on discovery, we're focusing on authority, and we're focusing on connection. Again, 3 posts a week. One seasonal sprinkle. Don't be out here doing too much. And then also just add one fall piece that you are planting early, because when you plant early, you know, you're going to have a better harvest later on. It's going to grow, it's going to do well. And again, remember that rest week as well. If you want to build that, you can rest around the 4th, or maybe you can rest at that tail end of the month, because again, you know, July has 31 days and the month kind of ends funny at the end there. So yeah, that's a real month plan right now. Y'all can go build that. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat live. But of course, if you're watching the replay crew, let us know your thoughts as well. You know, let us know what's on your mind as it relates to the July content calendar. If you have any thoughts about the audit, the hub, anything, just let us know your thoughts in the comments and we will respond to you live. But also, as you come in, like the video and participate in the poll if you haven't already. We have been asking, how many platforms are you actively posting on right now? Just one is an option, 2 or 3 is another option, 4 or more is another. And then I post whenever I can. Right now, it seems the majority of you are posting on just one. Y'all are keeping it simple. And you know what? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.